Hello, beloved viewers! One of our fellow viewers asked, could you make a video with tips for a positive attitude towards life? You always seem to be so optimistic and cheerful. This is a question I got a lot from my friends before. They asked me, how are you always so happy? How are you always smiling all the time? Everyone has their own methods of becoming happy and positive. It's not one particular thing that makes me happy. It's an accumulation of thoughts and habits. And today I'll be sharing you my little tips. My tip number 1 is surround yourself with people and things that are positive. The more you hang out with positive people, you absorb their energy. When you surround yourself with negative things, you start thinking negative as well. So your environment and the activities you participate in, try to make sure that they're positive and they're healthy. And keep a distance from vampires, people who will drain your energy, time, and other resources. These people may have good intentions, but they're actually harming you. They might be a good friend. However, every time they have even a little problem, they constantly call you and talk about it. You might be a super caring person, but in order for you to take care of others, you need to take care of yourself. You need to have the strength to take care of others. So if you're really tired and your friend calls you at like midnight or 1 a.m., you don't need to talk to them. You need to get your rest so you could be in the right mind frame to be helpful to them anyhow. So turn your phone on silent and get the beauty sleep that you need so you can be the best of yourself for tomorrow, for yourself and for others. Everything is perspective. Humans, we have a tendency of labeling things as good and bad, neutral. Actually, nothing in itself is a bad or a good thing. We project these adjectives onto things. A lot of times we say, oh, that was bad luck. Oh, that was good luck. Well, to be honest, you just really don't know. What today might seem like bad luck turns out to be good luck tomorrow. For example, you could be like, oh, my heels broke. And you could be like, oh, that's such bad luck. But is it good luck? Because if you like to go shopping, then you get to get a new pair of shoes. If you're in a minimalizing phase in life where you're trying to get rid of all the clutter, then great, you lost one pair of shoes. And let's say you went through a breakup. Sure, no one likes a breakup. You have to let go of all the time, money, and everything you spent in that relationship. You have to let that go. So sure, that could be labeled as a bad thing, but maybe it was a toxic relationship. Then letting go was a good thing. When you let people or things go, you're making space, and the extra space can be used to fill with more happier and positive things. So any situation could be good or bad or both, depending on how you see it. Something that I tell myself often is, nothing lasts forever. No situation goes on for the rest of your life. Sure, you might have flunked the test, but guess what? 50 years from now, you're probably not going to think about that test. You're going to be thinking about other things in life. Or let's say you gained some weight, but guess what? You could lose that weight. That weight could come and that weight could go. What goes up can also go down. What goes left can go right. So don't be too sad. Tears will pass. If you're really sad, sometimes it is necessary to cry, but don't cry too much. When something tragic happens or I'm in a really bad mood, I'll let myself cry for a whole day, maybe 2, depending on how bad the situation is. And then I'm like, you know what, by the end of tomorrow, I will be done crying and moving on with my life. But until then, I'm gonna cry as much as I want and whatever, I'll just let myself loose. Because sometimes you just gotta get it out of your system. From personal experience, when I wanna cry, but I keep it to myself, I get much more frustrated and I can't move on. So sometimes you just need to cry. And don't judge yourself. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Even if you're a guy, you don't have to cry in front of other people. You could just cry in front of yourself. But don't be ashamed of the pure fact that you're crying. So nothing lasts forever. Tears don't last forever. Laughter doesn't last forever. Nothing lasts forever. Some of us may be like, oh, but I want laughter to last forever. I want to be happy forever all the time. But being happy all the time may actually not be the best blessing. Because sometimes you have to go through hell to really understand what heaven feels like. If you go through the terrible times, then when the good times roll by, you'll really feel the good times. I'm not saying you should go out there and do what you can to make the worst of your situation and then the best of your situation. Just focus on trying always to be the best of yourself. Another tip is, fake it till you make it. Growing up, I did not like this quote. I'm like, fake? I don't want to be fake. It was only when I went to yoga class in my later 20s, one of my instructors was saying fake it till you make it. Even if you're holding a pose and it hurts, just put a smile on your face and calm down. And because your reaction is calm, then you'll feel more calm inside. Ever since then, I was like, you know what? I like this quote, fake it till you make it. One of the things I like to do when I'm in a bad mood is I go to the mirror and I smile. And even if I don't feel like it, I just smile. And then I hold that position and then I look at myself, I'm like, I wink, I'm like, hey, what's up? I just say fun things, and I just get in the mood. I just get in that mode of saying positive things and like putting positive images on that mirror that I could look at. And if you really can't smile in the mirror, look at images of people smiling. I mean, this might not work for everyone, but it always works for me. If I smile, even if I'm not in a good mood, and I see myself in that mirror, I get in a good mood all of a sudden. I'm like, hey, life ain't so bad anymore. Another tip is, don't stress about what's not here yet. Sometimes you might look at your calendar and it's like, whoa, this weekend there's a wedding, next weekend there's another wedding, and then you're like, there's an exam coming up, or it's like all your friends' birthday this month. Like for some weird reason, 5 of your good friends, all their birthday is in May. Or maybe it's December and you're like, how do I make time to buy Christmas presents for all my family and friends? Or maybe you're flying to New York and then when you come back you're going to LA and then you go to San Jose and it's just like constant traveling. How do you win in a situation when there's so many things coming up ahead in life? If I get in that situation where I look at the calendar and it overwhelms me, I remind myself, focus on just today and just doing it really well. Sure, you could plan ahead and say, oh, on this day do this day I'll work on this part of a project. But whatever you have assigned for today, just do the best of your ability, and that's all you could do really. Another thing I tell myself, even if all those things are scheduled, something might come up and change all my schedule. I might get really sick. There might be an emergency family event. And this might sound a little bit morbid, but you never know when you're gonna go. We never know when we're gonna graduate from Earth. We never know when we're gonna expire. So why are you stressing if you never know when you're gonna go? Some people, fortunately or unfortunately, pass away when they're much older. Others pass on pretty young. Teens, 20s, 30s, it doesn't matter. So none of us really know when we're gonna go, so there's no point in stressing. There's a certain level of stress that can help you be productive, but if you pass that, it'll just make you dysfunctional. So life is short, don't waste it too much on stressing out. Do the best of your ability for every day and enjoy. Another tip, be what you want to attract. If you want to attract happy people, be happy. If you want to attract smart people, then try your best to be a smart person. If you want to attract genuine people, then be a genuine person. And all the people you surround yourself with, well, you're feeding off of each other's energies. And how do you find these specific kinds of people? Well, participate in activities that attracts these people. If you're enjoying a crispy chip, enjoy that crisp. If you hear your favorite song on the radio, feel that beat. Let the groove take over your body. When your favorite song comes on the radio, don't think about negative stuff. Really enjoy that song. Another tip, don't take criticism personally. People express their opinions and sometimes it will have nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with their perspective. Whether you're asking for opinions on career, love, friendship, whatever, even cooking. Like there are many kinds of diets, right? Some people are vegetarian, some people are vegan, some people are omnivore, some people are like carnivore, like meat is everything. So when you talk about food with these different types of people, they're gonna give their biased opinion. Even if they try their best to have a neutral conversation with you, they still will have their preferences. So when people tell about their opinions, consider their perspective, but don't take it personally. Don't compare yourself to others. There's always someone who's gonna have more than you and less than you. And some people, they might have more of something and less of another thing than you. And let's get real, not everyone has everything. Even the richest person on earth. They might have every single material possession anyone can imagine. However, they might not have a genuine best friend. And the person you're jealous of, well, they might be jealous of you. And instead of being jealous, just be happy for people. The fact that the happiness that you want, someone else has it, is pretty awesome because it means it exists and that you yourself can have it too. You don't need to necessarily have that very thing that you want to feel the happiness. If you could imagine yourself as that person and you could empathize, then you're like, wow, it's like, I feel so abundant, like I have that. Another thing I tell myself, be grateful. This is something I learned from taking yoga classes. Count what you have, don't count what you don't have. Your weakness or lack of something might actually be a strength. For example, when I first started making lessons on YouTube, I needed different actors for my script. Because the Korean language has honorifics, I needed different types of people to interact and show those honorifics. Unfortunately, my grandma was in Korea. I did not have any actor or actress friends, nor did I have the budget to hire anyone. So I ended up dressing up as my own grandma and my own dude. Because of my limited situation, I was forced to think creatively. Looking back, I'm thankful for the limits. I made Granny Kim and Taekwondo, characters I grew to love so much, although I haven't been playing them recently. 9% battery life! Another thing I tell myself when things aren't going the best. Problems and challenges are there to help you grow. Instead of being like, oh, I can't believe this is happening to me, or like, oh, do I seriously need to deal with this? Smile. You never know when a family or friend in the future might come to you with the same problem, and the thing is, you have a solution, or at least you have insight, or you could provide your words of experience to help them out. When you don't go through any challenges or any problems in life, well, you're gonna be stagnant. And when you go through one obstacle, it helps you go through another obstacle. You know, there are different levels in life. As we grow up, we have different set of challenges. And sometimes it's necessary to experience certain things earlier in life to help us prepare for what's next to come. And this is especially important if you have goals. If you have a dream, there's obviously gonna be obstacles, and each obstacle is gonna help you become stronger. Something that helps with thinking positive and being happy is taking care of your body. Make sure you get the sleep that you need, the rest that you need, and the diet. Proper diet goes a long way. When you eat greasy stuff all the time, salty, sweet, you're gonna feel tired. And that's gonna put you in not the best mood. And if you can't act happy all the time, at least think happy thoughts. Because the more you fill your mind with happy thoughts, eventually those happy thoughts will convert into actions. Another thing I tell myself is don't try to be perfect, just be the best of yourself. There's a lot of people on earth, and everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. You just gotta find what you're best at and what you love to do. And that could take time. When you're very young, you don't have as many experiences to really figure out what you're good at. Alright, so where was I? My battery died and I had to recharge, and then now it's back to 11%. So to take care of the body, another thing to do is to meditate. Whenever I meditate, I kind of gain this more inner peace and I feel more energized. So if I wake up really tired in the morning and I did not get enough sleep, first thing I do, well, after washing my face, is to meditate for 15 minutes. Just close my eyes and focus on the breathing. And then afterwards, it's like, whoa, I feel way better. It's like as if I took a 30-minute nap. Another thing I do is read autobiographies. I read Larry King's biography, Shah Rukh Khan, he's a Bollywood actor, Tina Fey's, Bossy Pants, and a bunch of other autobiographies and biographies. And a lot of these successful people, they have something in common. They didn't give up. So no matter how hard your life gets, just do your best. Persevere and stay focused on what it is you want to achieve in your life. And last but not least, I tell myself, smile regardless. Happy or not, smile. And that smile will become a part of you. And even if you're not happy, at least when you're smiling and you have a calmness to you, you will give happiness to others. And when you give happiness to others, doesn't that make you happy as well? Be grateful for what you have and who you are today. The truth is, there are plenty of other sperm that wanted to win that egg race, but you are the one who made it. The odds of being born is much smaller than the odds of winning the lottery. And you know how hard it is to win the lottery. Our ancestors went through a lot to survive. If any one of them died, a lot of us may not be here today. But guess what? You made it. So enjoy breathing in that fresh air. Enjoy that crispiness of a chip. A lot of the thoughts I told you guys today are things that go in my head every week. And the more busy life gets and the more stressful it might get, all these thoughts I told you today, these run through my head even more. How do you guys stay positive and happy? Let me know in the comment section. I think it might be useful for other viewers to see. See you guys in tomorrow's daily vlog. Bye-bye! And by the way, you guys, I wanted to elaborate. You know, when I said surround yourself with other positive-minded people, sometimes it's not just about finding the positive people. It's about bringing the positive and happy parts of other people out. Some people, when they hang out with their other friends, they might be more negative, but when they're with you, they might be more positive. That might be because of the chemistry between you guys, or that you draw that out more out of them, or because they're out of a toxic environment, they're able to be more positive as well. Anyhow, my battery is completely gone now, and it's like blinking. I'll see you guys tomorrow.